Our talk show about foundation, from the first idea to the building of the empire, is about to start. Mr. Shah Moradi, Ashkan Armandhi, Mr. Nima Namdari, and Mr. Amir Madadi and Mostafa Amiri. I would like to have you on stage. Thank you. Very well. We are here with our guests. From my left, I would like to ask you to give me a quick introduction to yourself and a preview. Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Masoud Shah Moradi. How short? As much as you like. Well, that was it. I'm the launcher and founder of the online shop named Khanoumi. That's it. I would give Ashkan the microphone now. Hi, I'm Ashkan Armandhi, CEO of Divar Corporation. I've been there since 2013, and before that I was at Pasargad's Electronic Payment, and before that I was in family business named Manpower. Thank you very much. I'm Mostafa Amiri, founder of Zarrin Pal, and now the CEO of Zarrin Pal, and I didn't have any other experiences in any businesses, and I wasn't a good employee either. Hi everyone, I'm Amir Hossein, Madadi, CEO of Shenotou. Thank you all very well. I'm very pleased to be here with you. We were supposed to have Mr. Farnoud as your interviewer, and sadly he is in traffic and couldn't get himself here in time. I would like to start with a question and hear your answers, and we'll move on to our next questions afterwards. Today I've asked each of the speakers the same question with the same concept. I'm going to ask you a general version of it. We're at a limbo. We don't know if there will be an accord to the negotiations with the price of dollar decrease. And it's been a long time that we had any investors from foreign countries, and these situations made people just keep waiting and thinking that if there's any chance or potential to start their own business or not. And there's also an exact opposite view that think that this is the time to start, and maybe the right time is now to start a new business, even as the state of the country doesn't really suggest it advisable. I want you to tell me from your point of view, in this limbo that we are in, what would be the reasonable decision Should they wait or start now? Well, I think we should look at this way. With a system of economy that we have in Iran, if we were to wait in this past decade, we would have been worse off. It's not about Schumacher's model. It's about how much potential of starting a business we have right now. Today, we have possibilities that we need to assess and think if we can start today or not. If there's an accord and there will be more investors, there are a lot of elements, and if you want to wait for this, the dynamic of the world would leave you behind because you are just waiting and staying still. And I think whenever you are right now, you need to move forward. If you can start something, if you can create a business, let's do it. If there will be an accord, it wouldn't necessarily mean that more opportunities would arise. But in order for you to start, you don't need an accord. Look, I think if we were supposed to put our faith on reaching an accord and the two sides of the in negotiations, I don't think we would reach anywhere. We should put our faith in the people who are present here and now with us. Even in the past, sometimes the doors were closed to us. And one of the challenges in digital marketing is the inflow and the outflow of the capital. And as soon as we get the inflow, we will have our own opening. And I think what we need to do is not putting faith in these negotiations, but finding new opportunities. If the negotiations go well, then it might breathe a new spirit in our economy, and if it goes wrong, then it's up to us to move on with the technology and help this community and country to prosper. So I think we don't have to depend on the result, and we should focus on the best decision here and now, because the negotiation is always a two-sided thing. There's always a good and a bad, and we have experiences too. Sometimes there's good and there's bad, and what we need to focus on is that whoever is here and now needs to think about the future. If it's an accord, then it's the better, and if it's not, then we need to create our own chances. How freely can we talk? What happened to the ones before us who talked about this? You can talk about anything you like. Well, about the negotiations, I think no one is waiting for anything. And just like Ashkan said, we are moving at a full speed. Apparently, he knows where he's going, and I was 18 when this situation started. When dollar went up, we didn't understand exactly what was happening, and when it came down, we still didn't understand. And as Ashkan said, we need to put our faith in the young generation, and as someone used to say, well, naturally, the issue here is that at the end, we have this huge field with a lot of possibilities, and I think the investor you're looking for is just around the block. And what happened in 2015 and 16 was a unique and unrepeatable experience. The opportunities that was given to the people was huge, and I think even the governance has taken notes. And even if there is a negotiation, I think the change should come from the above as well. In any way, we face a lot of good and bad days, and we're still standing here in this field. And I'm quite opposite of what Ashkan said. And we're not here to serve. We are here to earn profit. And the more profit we gain, the better we can act in this economical field. And even with the problem it has the potential to become better. Now that everyone mentioned their own views and ideas, I would like to change my point of view and look inwards. A lot of people want to start a business to earn profit, and well, that's a part of it. But for these people, any outside factor doesn't really matter. We have to look inward and find a way to find continuity. This is like a marathon. Even if the negotiation does go well, a small business like mine wouldn't be bothered. With an 80 million population in Iran, I have nothing to worry about. What was really troubling for me was when one of the worst governments since the revolution, which is the 13th government, the crash in the economy was so bad that I even was tempted to move my business abroad. But even then, I thought that my country is still dear to me, and I don't want to leave this chain of supply, and I want to add to it rather than leave it behind. And thank you very much. And I would like to introduce Mr. Nima Namdari, who has joined our gathering. the CEO of Karname Collection, and I would like to hear your answer on this question as well. Thank you. I'm sorry about the delay. It was out of my control, but I'm sorry. About the negotiations, it's not the kind of economical political negotiation with a large scale impact. It seems to be a political security negotiation with a certain framework, and I don't think at this point it would have that much effect. But it will have two sides of effect. One side a symbolical effect and the other an actual one. The first one is like a signal. It shows a level of flexibility on the government's side, and we can guess that if the government is flexible towards other countries, it might be more flexible towards. It's not a very reliable guess, but this would have a positive effect on people's mindsets and might even create a pause in the migration decision or stopping the businesses. And the second side of it, I divide in two parts. Whether we like it or not, the government is one of the most important means of providing public welfare, and if the negotiation raised the government revenue and decreased the governmental budget deficit and help control the inflation, then it will affect the B2C businesses, and it would increase purchasing power, which is very important. Second part would also be interesting in the B2B businesses. Well, as you know, the biggest buyer in the B2B businesses, it's the government itself. The sort of changes it would make, it would be on clouding, infrastructure, health, fintech, which might help the banks. But it's not a very game changer change. And the field won't be bigger for us. But at the level we're playing right now, it would help a bit. Thank you very much. I would move on from my first question, and I have my answer. And let's move on to the main purpose of the Innotex stage this year. It's more about hearing the stories, statistics, and you as the bigger management in the biggest businesses in our country, we would like to know how your ideas were formed and how it became a national or international even phenomenon. The real story behind the growth of your collection, not in a statistic view, but in a story-wise view, from the idea to the expansion of your collection. Can we start from over there? Thank you. I myself was getting my computer major at Azad University, and I wasn't very good at studying. I just wanted to start IT business. We started a software group, which was becoming a company. I think it was at the end of 2014 or 2013. The company was prosperous. It was doing B2B businesses. And we felt it was time to start 2 new projects. And we had a few ideas, and one of them became Shenotou, based on the instructions we had in the parent factory we were. But even then, we didn't have any specific knowledge of the business. Maybe we saw 2 steps ahead, even though we were acclaimed to know what we're doing. But when I look back, I realized that we were just lucky at many times. And few factors helped us to stay in this business. One of them was continuity, and the second was be a good and smart team. The important part was to not get arrogant with our progress. The funny part was that we studied ITs, we knew hardware, we knew software, and a bit of business, but what we were facing was the media industry, and the knowledge that this hard industry needed was very hard and complex. To answer your question, I don't think I ever saw where I'm here right now, but all I was thinking that I needed resilience. Next person. My experience is quite similar too. As Amir said, there are similarities between what he experienced and what we're having in central bank's regulatory. This central bank was called central bank too much. It thinks that it's the center of the earth. I hope no one's working for central bank in the audience. And even if there are, I'm sorry. A lot of times in the central bank, this happens since specific institutions had unspecific demands from the central bank. We were in a situation that we have a central bank that has 115 systems in order to regulate strictly the whole system of electronic banking. As you're seeing, it's still using the old-fashioned model of star, and all the data needs to go through a central bank. And this view created this suspicion that whether or not you would be able to go through central bank when you're starting a business or not. Well, I mean, none of us were given a red carpet when we were entering this business. And as we were beginning our businesses, the managers stayed in this past 2 decades, and their views are still the same. And naturally, when a startup business want to come and ask the manager of the branch or the payment gateway employee for service, as we all know, when you go and want to pass a check, they would ask for your bank account, and they would look at your bank account balance and your balance circulation, and it would then decide if they would help you or not. The ecosystem that you're saying now needed an agent to bring down the bureaucracy and place the banks in a position to lower their risks and give the users some assurance to use internet banks as a payment. And this really hard and complex road we took, we were lucky to be able to celebrate our 15 years of working. And well, even though it was hard, what we achieved today was from this specific field. We didn't know any other way to make a living, and just like selling things on Divar, and I'm sure we did good so far. Thank you very much. Well, the beginning of my story, the idea behind Divar was a trait of a tablet. When my cousin, the founder of Divar, in 2020 wanted to trade and sell off his tablet on an app similar to Divar named Blockit, and a 14-year-old comes and buys it from him. And at that time, it was quite traditional, like searching through Hamshari's classified ads. Or there was sites like Niyazeruz and Iska, and it was basically made for businesses and not a customer who would like to sell everyday use items and put it up in a space. I remember we had another cousin who lived in America at the time, and there was this site named Priceless in America. When at 2009, when he came back to Iran, we asked them all about the information on the site. And all of this benchmarking and researching, after 3 years, we started working. Something I need to mention is that the place that Divar is right now is because of the ambition and the perseverance of managing this business. And I think this is important to realize. The investments and the management needs to be ambitious and work ahead in a time. Me, on my part, in the first 2 or 3 years, we went to the marketing campaign, opposite to what everyone believes, that when you start a business, you have to go to the marketing right away. What helped Divar have a steady growth was the simplicity of the working place. When everyone with any level of education can easily use it. And even if the dictation is wrong, it would be still applicable. The simplicity of the workspace and user-friendliness of Divar helped it. This is very important, and I think it was a part of the reasons it got successful. It was limitless And Amir Hossein also mentioned it, that when you look forward, you need to consider that along the way things will also come up. When you're the first person in your business to think of something new, you'll become more popular. And the growth will also cause you to create trouble for yourself as well. 10 years ago, we had growth, and the government's understanding towards these businesses was also a growth. But I think the field is no longer what it was 10 years ago. But is this enough? No, I don't think so. And well, this is a cause for joy. But what the government does and the ruling does to us, this might affect us further on. What we are building right now and what we're focusing on might make us forget that that's important to pay attention to the governments as well. Thank you. Mr. Moradi, would you please continue? Well, before we wanted to start on Khanoumi's site, I worked with the media industry. Well, the limits and the censorship in the Iran is known to all, but one of the important aspects was that there's this vast amount of data in the media, and the good part is that the field is quite active. The ecosystem of innovation, if it's business oriented, the whole world was just like that. The open offices were made firstly, and then the media started to make people live faster. I remember back at 2013, I used to monitor the growth transaction of a central bank, and we were mapping these data, and we were also monitoring the transactions that Central Bank of America had on the internet. And what we were seeing was the statistical steepness that this had every year. And if you were to predict, it showed that the WW rush, which started on 2019 in America, it was obvious that it could be started in 2013 in Iran. And I remember I told my wife, who worked in a different business, and our daughter was newly born. My daughter's name is Dorsa, and she was 1 month at a time. And I asked her, what if my child grows up and asks me, why didn't you start a business when you saw this raise in the economy? the people who see the opportunity need to seize it. And if you don't seize the moment right now, the time would be lost and you would fall behind. We need to realize what needs to be worked on and start immediately in order for you to stay one step ahead. A few points that I like to make is that every entrepreneur who wanted to start it with any capital amounts or abilities, if they wanted to think about experiencing a good business, the belief in themselves was placed right, and that still applies today. Right this second, anything that can happen, and in a few years he could win the game. Thank you very much. Well, if I want to talk about my job, it would be very long. And I wasn't an entrepreneurship. I was added to the team later on. The creation of Karname has a lot to do with Divars as well. If you consider the statistic, the dealings of cars in the country is nearly 50% just between relatives, and the other 50%, if I'm not wrong, 40% of it goes on to Divar. So all of this galleries, the automobile, Shepur, and the rest is just 10%. So if you have Divar's position, you would also think that you wouldn't need a campaign market, even though marketing was quite cheaper than it is right now. Anyone in Divar's place noticing this, 14% of the business is right in front of me, then why shouldn't I make more money of it? And that's why they decided to create Karname. And at a time, Shah also quit Snap, and there was this big idea, a brilliant man, and we can put all this together and create a good business. All of our assumptions turned out to be wrong. Ashkan, tell me whenever I made a mistake. I mean, I'm going on with my memory. We had a lot of fights over Karname in our meetings. We had a lot of brilliant and heavy marketing campaigns. There was these brilliant models we came up with, and when we look at the data, we realized it was complete failure. And we, as a team, we decided that it's not working. Let me add this. It might be interesting to you. One of the biggest problems we had with Khanoumi, the problem was the group we made was a bunch of geeks, nerds. What they had to deal with was definitely not what they were prepared for. Exact opposite, to be honest. It was a very down-to-earth, with no need for software or kind of environment. And these two sides couldn't even bear each other. Not the Divar and Cafe bazaars and their culture, and it wasn't the other way around either. So it was a relationship that was doomed to begin with. Let me give you some statistics on car business in Iran as well. We have like 25 million cars in the country, and 20% of them get trade, like 5,000 cars a year. 20% of it's in Tehran, and 30% it's in other big cities, and the rest is at the rest of the place. We have 1 million per year automobile production, and in the last few years we had over 40,000 imported cars, and these don't include the Chinese ones, because the production is made in Iran, but the parts are coming from China. That makes up for 1.5 million brand new cars. And what is the demand? Demographic studies and the economical state declares that number to be 1,800,000 cars. So we have a huge gap. The demand does not meet the needs. And this creates a 700,000 difference between these two. So these people need a brand new car, but they have to go for a second-hand one. The importance of this business comes into view when you take this into consideration, because that person thinks he's buying this new car, and Karname was supposed to solve this problem, help them buy the car they need. For a long time we were looking for a CEO and we couldn't find it, and the idea was for me to come and fix it in 6 months, and I was unable to do that. On 2021 the company was able to cover 9% of its expenses. In 2021 it got worse. The company stole profit, even though the profit wasn't that much either. This change was due to, I would mention this and then I will be finished. We tried to separate Karname from Divar by creating this sense of urgency. If you work in Divar, I have all the respects in the world for you, but if all of your staff didn't work for 2 months, nothing would happen. The product is strong enough to handle itself. Let me give another example. Elon Musk's off 70% of the staff, and nothing happened. This doesn't show that the human resources is not important. When a startup company starts big and successful, then they start hiring, and this complicates the decision-making process and destroys the flexibility and ability to react to the changes in the market and makes them slack. Divar had the same issues of Karname, but because the profit was higher and Karname was a financial disaster and it was bureaucratic and slow. In this past 3 years, we tried to lean Karname and bring it back to the first level of a startup. And I don't want to talk about the statistics now, and I think it was something that was need to be done. Divar's PR also announced that the share is being released completely on our own, independent, and the road ahead is a hard and long one that no one can predict where it would lead. Great, thank you very much. I would like to announce that Mr. Farnoud has arrived and he will be joining us Mr. Farnoud is CEO of a podcast company, and I took his place as the runner of the panel. I will ask the next question, and then after this, the questions could be divided between us. And I think the next question is a very important one. We started off by mentioning the negotiations, and then we moved on to the story of how you made your brand what it is right today. And now what I want to move on to is that maybe it's time to think about international competition. The interesting point is that all of you have a business that has a similar and very big and famous international rival. Maybe in Iran your business it's a big one, but in the international scale we have Ulta for Khanoumi's site, and for Divar you said it was Let Go, and for Shenotou Castbox and other fields that are internationally popular. And Karname, well, the trading system of automobile are different, but I know in UK we have Auto Trader and other examples. But what I want to ask you is that what do you think is needed for you to be a part of a international scale business? And what is your main obstacles in and out of this country? And what do you think you should do in order to scale your business even with the popular impossible competition you have? Let's start with you, Mr. Farman. You were asking for 45 minutes, I think. Well, what I think is even though we were starting in a very hard place and we were raised under the sanctions, the collection of businesses we have right now are very admirable. And since we never ever thought of having a connection with the outside world, this road would be a hard one. And I think the only thing that can actually help here is an opening in the politics. I don't think the companies that are present right now can ever achieve that goal on their own. And what we're facing is obstacles that the government is throwing at us, and we're busy with it. We can't think about anything else, to be honest. The system apparently is designed to stop us. And over the years, I thought that even if the regulations were chosen at random, it wouldn't have been this much hard for us. And I think if this doesn't get solved at the first level, and then the sanctions won't be put off, then we can't think about it. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the next person. Answer the same question, please. Thank you very much. And please keep it shorter because we need to be mindful of the time we have. I'm going to answer a question this way. Our first problem in this current situation, even if we can expand it to an international level, our Iranian identity would again makes this problem that none of the banks would work with you. And this problem won't be fixed until the financial bureaucracy isn't solved yet. The other issue, which I'm saying based on my experience, in IT, even if we are claimed to be professionals, compared to the world of IT, our products are expensive and in poor qualities. They're only good for us, sadly. Another point is, based on our experience, the cost of knowing the overseas businesses and market is a very huge and hidden cost. And you can't really hire a team and know the markets. The only thing that I can use for example is Mr. Saeed Rahmani's effort to realize the overseas business in order to make DJ Kala. Thank you very much. We all know that expansion on its own is not easy at all. And the environment is the same for us all. And the observations and the business itself is not easy. And, well, the experiences are there and it's being repeated. And the model we have today is the dual CEO kind of mechanism, as in driving by two drivers, and one of them is looking behind and seeing the other cars, and one of them is actually driving. The truth is that me and Mr. Karimi, what we're focusing on is not the system itself, but it's the strategy making and making sure that our hard-earned work over the years and our profit that we work so hard to gain would stay safe. This led us to a path that we had to always be mindful of the regulations, the commercial law, and other areas like taxes and social security organizations, and make sure that all of them are approving our business in order to progress in our main focus was to stay in this environment even if it's hard and survive by work division. Well, I don't have anything to add, but the question you asked was that can we think about the outside environment? Well, let me explain. We have this complexity in the economical atmosphere. Is it possible to solve this and overcome this and then move on to the international area? Well, the answer is it's quite hard. Well, a part of my business that might be unique to our own is that the beauty industry in Middle East is growing, and it has been started from 2015 and till 2017 it would be reaching its top growth. And if every year it's progressing 10%, then this is an important change. Lifestyle is changing in Middle East, and the customers are becoming different. And let me first explain the environment to you all. Firstly, when you think about the beauty industry, you think it's about cosmetics, but that has changed to skincare and as Amazon has also announced last week, 40% of its products were just the color cosmetic, only takes 20%. The same experience is happening in the Middle East and also in Iran. 76% of Khanoumi's products is skincare, and only 18% is cosmetic, and the rest is perfume. So this was a good change in these past years. At 2018, import of the cosmetic was announced illegal, and what it did was to limit us. A few started manufacturing it in Iran, and at that time we had 80% imported goods, and we didn't have any Iranian ones, so we were at the loss. We didn't know what to do, and most our products is from abroad, and we didn't know how to find the answers for that. Last week, the manager of the marketing in Iran saw me and said, do you remember that good old days when we were importing stuff? Well, it was over. By then, a lot of opportunities was lost because we had a lot of help from them. The campaign designs and help we had was all lost. So we decided to put our focus on the domestic products. And as we are speaking today, we have 100% all Iranian products, and no one can claim that here, because the regulation said so, not because we wanted to. And this was a lot of efforts to help the domestic productions, and we put all our efforts and all our background knowledges from media and social media, and they also wanted to have a part in this market. Well, our production capacity was for 600 million, and what we were producing at a time was 300 million of skincare in Iran, and our consumer market was 50 million. That would make the unused capacity up to 80%. And this created a good opportunity for us. And what did we do with it? Well, what I just mentioned is that we can't do anything about it. The opportunity does exist, but the solution hasn't shown itself to us yet. The challenges are way bigger than I'm making them. Thank you very much. Well, our friends have mentioned a lot of good points, but I would like to look at this issue at another angle. let's say that tomorrow morning all of the limits and sanctions were put off. What would happen? Can we enter the market fast? No. The reason is that the hardest sanctions that were put by Americanas was at 2009, and CISA was put on Iran. If anyone was born then, they would be 16 now. And we have this generation who lived under sanctions. And I would name this isolation mentality. And the major part of society is suffering from it. They're not only living with it, they have grown used to it. They had to live like this in order to survive. They were denied these facilities, and the ability to use these facilities also was denied them. And I'm not just talking about individuals, companies, governments, legal entities. They have lost their abilities to have connection with the rest of the world. When I'm living here, I realize that the views towards the outside world is a strange one. Its characteristics, its fear in it, it's not normal. I remember after GCPOA, because I was just coming back to Iran when it started, and my startup business started then too. And I remember the central bank wanted to use SWIFT, but technically the problem was that this protocol and plan and in construction wasn't used for years, and there was no one to know how to work with it. All of its aspects, such as technical, software, legal, no one knew about these aspects, and it would take years for the central bank to acquire the ability. And then Trump came back and the door was closed to us again. We are stuck with this isolation mentality. I'm not trying to make you feel helpless, but I want you to realize that legal changes won't help in the cultural and social areas. If we want to put too much attention on the negotiation, we're just wasting our time, because this would only help the government, even if it does go well, and which is good, but the companies don't need to put effort on that part, but they have to work on their social skills instead. We can create exchange programs in our companies to send them abroad and accept their workers in our company. Well, I mean, they won't be very willing to do that, but we need to try. Giving access to online courses, and I think all of this can be done by the companies to improve the interactive skills in each industry. And if we don't do that, we're going to lose. Thank you very much. Our time is nearly over. I want to ask one final question. I would like to ask you for a summary. I want to ask a question Well, we have just 5 minutes, please. Everyone's sitting here. They have started years ago with a different background, and atmosphere was quite different, and the elements were different. What do you see the present elements? Can you tell us if you can start again, if you were going to start right now with these situations? For instance, I think what you're saying is that a lot of things have changed. As I said, if we go back to 10 years ago, the regulations were going forward. But if the negotiation goes south, then even we would be in trouble. The main issue is we need a crew to fix this, and it should be people with will to change the political and social status of Iran. And they should be people who are focusing on keeping their freedom, not just in their business, but their personal status as well. The biggest challenge right now, just as Nima said, we have a lot of work to be done that we don't even have the human resources for it. I think what happened after the flight 752, a lot of things that's happened wasn't just economical, it was political and social. And if we were talking about recruiting, the situation has changed since then. I think what we need to do is to stop being pessimistic and start moving these obstacles around. The situation is dire as it is, either in economical or political. Thank you. I wanted to ask another question, but apparently they have told me that there is no more time. And since I really wanted to ask that question, I want you to tell me one last sentence with these themes. I'm very proud to be among you who created these national brands. And it's so much stable that it's powerful and valuable. And tell me what you feel about your brand. Before that, I wanted to ask something that would anything change? Yes, I think hopefulness would be what that would be changed. But yes, I do agree with you, but the actual part is very limited, and it's just concerning the government. And what it does is very complicated. The political making system is different in Iran, and we won't be having that stable change that we would want. I would like to add one more bit. I mean, I can't really talk about it in length, but I want to add that this nationalism, it's a sentimental, useless idea. If the sanctions were off, then we have to learn how to communicate with the other countries. I mean, in Italy, there's a made in Italy minister, and I would be glad to have something like that for Iran. And I think we shouldn't be that proud that we made everything for ourselves and asked nothing of the world. I mean, yes, in some areas like healthcare, the localization was needed. The businesses needed to become local based, and AI is also very active in it, and we can work on that. But the most weird challenge that we have is with energy. The last year I was part of a program that huge amount of startups and ideas in the like renewable energy. And if Iran is one thing, it's a big major role in energy. And why aren't we a part of that? There's nothing logical about that. It's just models and extremists. Thank you. I would like to add a quote from Bidal Dehlavi. Anything you do, please be quick about it. It doesn't matter what you do, just be quick about it. And that was a very good quote. Just like what Nima said, we need to keep our faith and don't spread the hopelessness. And nothing would come of it. And I hope the negotiations would have a good outcome. Well, I'm all for what you said, but what I want to add is that we all as a nation, we're moving forward, even the government, the people. It doesn't really matter what happens in the negotiations. I think we should focus on it. But one of the biggest issues that we have right now after human resources is the entering of the AI. And we shouldn't really fool ourselves to thinking we can actually make and be competitive in this area. The only thing we can actually do is fake the whole process and try to, outrun the limits. We aren't in an importing state. And this is my opinion based on my experiences. And I hope, for me, for the young generation who's waiting, I hope that this government can change and create a better process. I would like to look back on the year that passed and just say that how strange it is. The things that happened in this year is quite strange. we were planning on Balakam's incipition, and a lot of things happened. As you all know, when that got passed, it was so eventful that it was worth 2 or 3 years of events, the whole year. The truth is that we are standing at a point that, based on the what happened before, something needs to be done now. And we have passed a lot of obstacles, and we have a lot of potential. And because we're here now, and we also have the Afghan immigrants as well, and we need to use that opportunity as well. And what we need to do is open our minds and our borders into new ideas and possibilities. Well, I think it's past 6:30, and I think we need to finish this meeting. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here today with us. I'm Arif Tabassoli, AI researcher, and I'm very proud to be among these dear guests. Thank you very much. Give a round of applause.